bound for Otaheite, Holloway, you rolling king.
Well, Richard's play begins where most films finish, that is to say with the burning of the Bounty, and it covers the 17 years between the islanders arriving in Pitcairn and they're being rediscovered by the Navy. I mean, Oscar Wilde said, "No map of the world is worth looking at without a picture of utopia." And Fletcher Christian obviously thought he could establish a utopia, but the generic racism and sexism that was inherent in the 18th century turned it into a kind of dystopia.
My name is Tom Morley and I play Fletcher Christian, the leader of the mutiny. He starts by getting rid of any kind of hierarchy, so imposing a form of levelling, and everything kind of kicks off from there.
I'm playing Mitti and I am the queen of Pitcairn, I guess. Throughout the course of the play, she makes certain discoveries about her husband. So then we get another love story and a big betrayal.
Yeah, kind of a civil war evolves on the island.
Set up.
There will be blood.
Yeah.
It was an extraordinary untold story, which Richard has extraordinarily deftly turned into a drama.
It's always been a little bit of an obsession for me, islands and utopia. So when Max came to me and said, read this book, read these books, how about a play about Pitcairn, I was a sucker for it, really. Richard was a stand-up comedian, and nothing he writes is ever not funny.
I think when we read the play, first of all, the comedy came out much more, and it was wonderful to hear all the different voices.
I think what the theatre does wonderfully is tell stories that recycle our own history to us. And this is a gap in history which this play fills.
I think it's got a lot to teach us about how we can live together as human beings. We have limited space and we all have to share it. And you can't get a better example of limited space and having to share it than Pitcairn Island, 2 miles by 1 mile. And there are some lessons to be learned from Don't Behave Like They Did.
All the way, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for our time.